In Japan, there's an ancient concept called Kaizen. It means continuous improvement. But here's what most people don't understand. The smallest change, repeated daily, creates the largest transformation. Today, we explore 8 tiny Japanese habits that make a massive difference. These aren't complicated rituals requiring hours of practice. They're subtle shifts, gentle adjustments, moments of mindfulness woven into your existing day. Rooted in Zen Buddhism, Shinto traditions, and centuries of Japanese wisdom, each habit takes less than 1 minute. Yet practiced consistently, they reshape your mind, your home, and your life. Let's begin. The first habit is called Mizu no Kokoro, the water mind. In Zen philosophy, water reflects everything perfectly, without judgment. A mountain reflects as a mountain. The moon reflects as the moon. Water never distorts. It simply receives. Each morning, before checking your phone, before speaking, before thinking about your tasks, take 30 seconds to become like water. Sit quietly, breathe, and let your mind reflect whatever arises, without clinging, without rejecting. This tiny practice trains your mind to meet the day with clarity, not chaos. Habit 2 comes from the tea ceremony. Ichigo Ichi. It translates to one time, one meeting. The philosophy teaches that each moment, each encounter, will never occur again in exactly the same way. Today, choose one ordinary moment, drinking your tea, washing your hands, walking through a doorway, and treat it as completely unique. Notice the temperature, the light, the sensation. This isn't about adding more to your day. It's about experiencing what's already there. As if for the first time, this single habit, practiced daily, transforms monotony into magic. In Zen, Shoshin means beginner's mind. The master Zen teacher Shunryu Suzuki said, "In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. Each day, we carry assumptions. We know how this works. We've seen this before. But that knowing closes us off. For 1 minute today, approach a routine task. Brushing your teeth, opening a door, tying your shoes, as if you're doing it for the very first time. Feel the texture. Notice the movement. This tiny shift opens your brain to possibility, creativity, and wonder. Habit 4 is called Kensha, but not gratitude toward people. In Shinto tradition, all objects contain spirit, kami, your kettle, your shoes, your phone. They serve you daily. Choose one object today. Before using it, pause. Silently thank it for its service. Thank you for warming my tea. Thank you for carrying me home. This isn't superstition. It's a practice of recognizing interdependence. When you thank the objects in your life, you stop taking them for granted. And that gratitude radiates outward. In traditional Japanese homes, there's a small alcove called the tokonoma. It displays one single object. A scroll, a flower, a piece of pottery. Nothing else. You don't need an alcove to practice this habit. Choose one small surface in your home. A corner of your desk, a windowsill, a shelf. Clear everything away. Place one object there that brings you peace. A stone, a leaf, a candle. Each time you pass it, pause for 3 breaths. This tiny anchor, this visual pause, reminds you throughout the day to return to presence. You've probably heard of kintsugi, the art of repairing broken pottery with gold. The cracks become the most valuable part. Today, when you make a mistake, when things don't go as planned, practice kintsugi on your mind. Instead of hiding the imperfection, acknowledge it. This crack, this flaw, is now part of my story. Speak to yourself with the same reverence you'd give a repaired bowl. The break made me more beautiful. This tiny mental habit transforms shame into wisdom. In Japanese aesthetics, ma is the meaningful space between things, the silence between notes, the emptiness between objects. Today, insert one intentional pause into your conversations. Before responding to someone, wait 3 full seconds. Feel the space in that pause. You're not being silent. You're creating ma. You're allowing their words to land. You're choosing your response instead of reacting. This tiny pause, practiced daily, deepens every relationship and brings wisdom to your words. The final habit is called yusen. Imagining yourself as a mountain at the end of the day. Mountains experience everything: storms, sunlight, snow, wind. But beneath all change, the mountain remains solid, unmoved. Tonight, before sleep, sit for 1 minute. Visualize your body as an ancient mountain. The day's events, the frustrations, the joys, they're simply weather passing over you. They come, they go, but you remain. This tiny visualization releases attachment to the day's drama and invites deep, restorative rest. 8 habits, 8 tiny practices. But how do you weave them into a busy life? You don't do all 8 tomorrow. That's not the Japanese way. Choose one. Just one. Practice it for 1 week. Maybe it's Mizu no Kokoro each morning, or ma in your conversations. Let it become like breathing. Automatic, effortless, present. After 1 week, add another. Layer them slowly like a Japanese garden, built stone by stone. The power isn't in doing them perfectly. It's in doing them consistently. A single drop of water over time wears away stone. These habits are your drops. Be patient. Trust the process. Remember, in Japan, they have a saying, Nana Kurobi Yaoki. Fall 7 times. Get up 8. You'll miss days. That's human. What matters is returning gently, without judgment, to the practice. These 8 habits: water mind, one-time meeting, beginner's mind, gratitude for objects, sacred space, golden repair, power of pause, mountain evening. They're not tasks to complete. They're invitations. Invitations to live more deeply in a world that constantly pulls us toward the surface. To find stillness within movement. To discover that the smallest things, held with attention, become the largest things. The Japanese aesthetic of Wabi-Sabi teaches us to find beauty in imperfection, depth in simplicity, and eternity in a single moment. These habits are your doorway into that way of seeing. Not as a tourist visiting Japanese culture, but as a practitioner embodying its deepest wisdom in your daily life. Which habit spoke to you most? Which one will you try tomorrow? Comment below with a number. 1 through 8. I rate every response. And I'll be back next week with another journey into Japanese wisdom. If this video created a moment of peace in your day, please share it with someone who needs that same stillness. The algorithm may bring viewers, but you bring community, Until next time, walk gently, breathe deeply, and remember, the smallest habits, held with patience, move mountains. Domo arigato gozaimasu.